Starting off the day on the way to the Amtrak station, we'd make a quick stop at milepost 429 to see the CSX M368 and the M202, which were both sitting idle, tied down at milepost 429. Starting off our day at the Depew Amtrak station would be PO48, the Daily Lakeshore Limited from Chicago to New York City. Today, it would have one of the 40th anniversary heritage units, number 145, leading into Depew. Moving up the platform, we see Amtrak 48 again, this time pulling forward in order to load more cars on the small section of open platform at the Depew Station. I-104 would be the first CSX train of the day, rolling out on track 3. Today, it had a do not hump boxcar right behind the head end. These boxcars can scan the rails and check for defects and make sure they are safe to operate on. Following I-104 east on track 2 would be CSX I-162, another intermodal bound for the East Coast. After I-162 had cleared, I heard the Norfolk Southern defect detector at milepost 412 go off, Seeing as that was close, I headed over as close as I could get to the NS tracks as 315 would come crawling into Bison Yard. Back on CSX, number 5252 and ES40DC would be leading M367 into Frontier Yard as they had gotten clearance just minutes earlier. Once 367 had cleared, I-009, a daily intermodal from North Bergen to Bedford Park, would get clearance to come through, today also having a do not hump boxcar like I-104 had earlier in the day. I-020 would be our next intermodal of the day, with both old and new power leading it to Worcester, Massachusetts. M626 would be making a move up to milepost 429, where they'd tie it down as well, leaving just a single-track main line past the Depew Station. Today, the 626 had a dying breed of a YN2 paint trailing second. About 10 minutes after the 626 had tied down, CSX B760, an ethanol train bound for Blue Island, Illinois, would come rolling through with two in the lead and a long strand of tankers behind them. The final train of the day would be CSX IO-17, another daily intermodal from Worcester, Massachusetts to Bedford Park, Illinois. With CSX 3460 leading the charge, this train is making good time out west.